This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 754, 5 Things to Stop Doing and Start Doing for Yourself by Angel Chernoff of Marc, and&nbsp, narrated by Amy Lee. And I'm Justin Malik, usually your narrator, where I find the best blogs in the world and narrate them for you. All you have to do is subscribe in your favorite podcast app for free, and you can get a great article delivered to you every single day of the year, including weekends and holidays. And this week, I'm taking a break from narrating and having guest narrators come in and do my job. It's a nice way to introduce them to you. Yesterday was Jen M, and her friend is Amy Lee. Amy actually told Jen about this podcast, so that's how this all came to be, and I'm really grateful that she did that. It's always flattering when people share the show with friends and loved ones. So first, thank you to Amy for sharing the show with Jen, and thank you for her sharing this podcast on her very popular YouTube channel called Vagabond Youth. If you love fashion and self-development, that's the place to be. I'll have that linked in this episode's description so you can check her out and put a face behind the voice and subscribe to her channel. And with that, let's get right to Amy Lee's narration as we optimize your life.
5 Things to Stop Doing and Start Doing by Angel Chernoff of markandangel.com. When you stop doing the wrong things and start doing the right things, almost anything you want and everything you need comes within reach, which means it's time to, number 1, stop stalling and being lazy. You can't build a good reputation or a successful way of life based on what you could do or might do someday. The quality of your life is in direct proportion to your commitment to get things done, regardless of your chosen path. So don't sit there and say, somebody should really do something about that someday. Be that somebody and make that day today. Number 2, stop neglecting your self-control. Nobody ever wrote down a plan to be broke, lazy, out of shape, uneducated, etc. These things happen when you lose your self-control. Showing a lack of self-control is in the same vein granting authority to others. Perhaps I need someone else to help control me, and if you're lucky enough to have good friends and family, they might try, but the truth is no one is going to look out for you every second. No one is going to follow you around and say, don't buy that, get off the couch, take a jog, go to the library, etc. You and you alone must make the choice between what is right and what is easy in your life. Number 3, stop looking outside of yourself. The problem is that when you think you have to look for things in life like love, meaning, inspiration, the looking implies that these things are somehow hiding behind some bushes somewhere just waiting to be discovered. But that's not the case. In life, you have to create your own love, define your own meaning, and harbor your own inspiration. This process starts on the inside, not somewhere else. Much of this can be accomplished simply by staying true to your values, pursuing your passions, learning more today than you knew yesterday, and helping others smile as you go. Number 4, stop letting negative people drain you. You might think being alone makes you lonely, but that's not entirely true. Being surrounded by the wrong people is the loneliest place in the world. Before you can diagnose yourself as an unhappy person, first be sure that you are not simply surrounded by negative people constantly trying to bring you down to their level. Number 5, stop belittling your efforts and your progress. Appreciate where you are now and keep fighting for where you want to be tomorrow. You are not a failure until you give up on yourself. Keep going. Hard times may hold you down for a while, but they will not last forever. And when all is said and done, you will be able to stand even taller than those who didn't earn it. Seriously, you may not know where you want to be yet, but look how far you've come. Be thankful that you're not where you used to be. If you have no other testimony right now, you have this one. I'm still here trying. 5 things to start doing. Number 1, start living. Don't simply exist in this world. Grab life's full potential by the horns and ride it out. Dare life to be all it can be. Make it a memorable, gripping account of accomplishment. Make it a thrilling, challenging, bold adventure. Make life a passionate, enduring, poetic romance. Whatever it is you decide to do with your life, live it. Get going. Move forward, aim high, plan your takeoff. Don't just sit on the runway. Adjust your attitude and gain some altitude. Number 2, start taking chances that feel right. Life will try to break you sometimes. Nothing and no one can completely protect you from it. Remaining alone in your comfort zone won't either, for endless, stagnant solitude will also break you with yearning. You're human. You have to love. You have to feel. You have to strive. You're here to risk your heart by putting it into something you believe in. If you avoid taking these chances, one thing is certain. You will make it safely to death someday, feeling empty and unfulfilled. Number 3, start indulging in meaningful challenges. What a true blessing it is that there is always work to be done. Because the real value of any accomplishment is not in the end result, it is in the process of accomplishment. Success is a state of mind, and the most reliable way to reach that state is by working mindfully through a meaningful challenge. Such a challenge might seem somewhat overwhelming when you first encounter it, yet as you progress through it, you transform the work from overwhelming to fulfilling. Number 4, start nurturing your real family. Family is built with love. It's not determined by marriage certificates, divorce papers, and formal adoption documents. Families grow from the heart through mutual love and respect. The only time family becomes nullified is when the ties in the heart are cut. If you cut the ties, these people are not your family. If you build the ties, these people are your family. So build ties with the right people and nurture them with love. Number 5, start making time for you. There is objective time meant for focused work, but also subjective time where the pulse of your life breathes, your relationships, your awareness, your hobbies, etc. So find the time to read, to smell the flowers, to take a walk in the wilderness, to share a laugh, to learn a new craft, to try a new recipe, to explore somewhere new, to really be with someone you love, to paint your dreams, or even to just do nothing and relax for a while. Find time for you.
You just listened to the post titled 5 Things to Stop Doing and Start Doing for Yourself by Angel Chernoff of Marc, and&nbsp, narrated by Amy Lee of Vagabond Youth. Thank you so much, Amy, for taking the time to do this recording just for OLD listeners and for sharing the show on the super popular YouTube channel Vagabond Youth. You can find it at youtube.com/vagabondyouth, and I have it linked in this episode's description. Definitely check it out if you're not only interested in personal development, but also fashion. And if you're new to this show, I'd love it if you subscribe. It's totally free. And on a typical day, you'll hear me narrate a really great article for you. And you can listen on the go, in the car, while you're walking, wherever. It's a great way to lift up your mood or learn a little life hack, productivity trick, an uplifting story, anything along those lines. Just hit the subscribe button in your favorite podcast app or on Spotify, and you're good to go. And that should do it for today. Thank you, Amy, again. So happy you did this. And tomorrow, I'll have a guest narrator who will be narrating her own content. It's an author you're familiar with if you've been listening to the show for a while. So I'll see you there in the Thursday show tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.
Hey, this is Dan from the Optimal Finance Daily podcast, which is a lot like this show, except more focused on personal finance. Justin handpicks the best posts he can find from blogs and authors like Ramit Sethi, Mr. Money Mustache, and more, and I read them to you 5 days a week. So if you enjoy this podcast, come on over and subscribe to Optimal Finance Daily too. And together, we'll optimize your financial life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode and head to oldpodcast.com. That's OLDpodcast.com for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.